Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to Sale-a-Bration Saturday. This is a special series I'm doing during Sale-a-Bration, and every week we focus on a different and amazing new Sale-a-Bration product. So before we get to our Sale-a-Bration feature for today, let's just go over a couple of quick things that are going on. There are only a few days left to sign up for February's Paper Pumpkin. This is the Bouquet of Hope kit, and you will get 9 cards. There's 3 different designs. You'll make 3 of each, but you have to subscribe by February 10th, and that is coming up, you guys. It's already going to be February on Monday, so that means you only have about 2 weeks, I guess. The 10th is, I don't have a February calendar in front of me, but the 10th is coming up. So if you want February's Paper Pumpkin kit, which is going to be gorgeous, here's a little sneak peek down there, beautiful. Make sure that you subscribe by February 10th. And this kit actually coordinates with the paper we're using today. So if you love the paper that we're going to use today, if this is one of your Sale-a-Bration picks, you might want to consider getting this kit because it all coordinates together. So just a little hint there, you guys. You might love this kit if you love this paper. All right. All orders during Sale-a-Bration will receive, all orders over $50 anyway, will receive a free class from me in March when you order using the host code. Now this host code that I have is only good through tomorrow. On February 1st, on Monday, I will have a brand new host code. It will be posted on my blog and it'll be posted on my social media pages as well. So this is the host code for January, and then Monday there will be a brand new host code. So make sure you check that out. Depending on when you order, just make sure you use the right host code. But if your order is over $50 more, you're going to get a Sale-a-Bration product, first of all, and you're also going to get a free class from me in March. This is going to be a fun class. There's going to be 4 cards, lots of prizes, and videos, PDFs, all that. It's going to be good. All right, now I did post information yesterday on my blog for my February's card crate. So that is a class you can register for now through February 12th, I think. I'll double check that date. It's in the link that's listed in the video description. You can go to the card crate. For February's card crate, I'm featuring the In Bloom bundle, and I will give you guys just a quick little sneak peek of these cards. They are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love these cards. I had so much fun making them. They're so beautiful. I love the In Bloom bundle. It's one of my absolute favorite bundles. The pierced flower dies. You think I would know the names of these things, but the dies that go with that kit or that go with that stamp set are gorgeous. So if you want that card crate, make sure you go to the link in the video description, get all the details on card crate, and then register. All right, Sale-a-Bration is upon us. We're using this one, the Flower and Fields today. I love this DSP, so let me show you guys. It comes 12 by 12. I've cut it down to 6 by 6, but these are the patterns. There's one hiding here. Aren't they gorgeous? This DSP is so beautiful. The back side of all of them are equally as gorgeous. I just love them. So this is the Flower and Fields DSP. Again, it's a 12 by 12 package, but it's all cut down just to show you guys. So you can get that free with your $50 purchase. Also during Sale-a-Bration, if your wish list is really long, don't miss joining my team. When you join my team, you get to choose $125 in product for only $99. Your kit will ship for free, and you also get stacks of designer series papers. This is, I think, 200 sheets, 5 different packs, 200 sheets, and it's a phenomenal deal. It's over $55 in value, and you get 5 packs. This is just the Brights pack. You can see those amazing patterns. You'll get 5 different packs in all the color groups. All right, we're gonna put that off to the side. You guys ready to see the card we're making? It's so cute. So this is a trifold card. So you're gonna open it this way, and then it also opens this way. Now the thing with this DSP is that both sides are amazing. And how can you choose just one side when both sides are amazing? So I wanted to make a card that featured not just the front side of the DSP, but also the back side of the DSP, so that you could see how much fun this DSP is. So this is the card that we're making today. I love that it's all cut at an angle. I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to decorate it up real fancy. So for this card, I used this little daisy pattern DSP. On the back it had the leaves on the back. I wanted to switch it up, so I wanted to show two different examples with this DSP. So for the one we're making today, we're actually using this pattern, and it has the polka dots on the back, which I love, those Just Jade polka dots. So we're using this pattern. So because of that, I had to switch up my base a little bit. So this one is on a granny apple green base, which is, for this card, our base is actually just a piece that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this time I'm using Flirty Flamingo to go with this pattern a little bit better. The green wouldn't have gone with this pattern. So we're using Flirty Flamingo, and this is granny apple green now. Supplies for both of these cards will be listed on my blog later, and then on the YouTube. So depending on which card you like, the supplies will be listed for both of them. So you'll have to, if it's the Flirty Flamingo one, you'll get that cardstock. I hope that makes sense. And then the DSP that we're using is going to be 5 1/4 by 12. So we're using almost a full half sheet of this. We're going to cut it down to 5 1/4. Okay, and we'll go through the rest of the differences as we make the cards, but I wanted to just point out those were the main differences. But we're going to work with this piece first. So let me get out my paper trimmer. Where is it? Here it is. Because we're going to do a little bit of trimming. Well, a little bit of scoring and trimming. So I have my paper trimmer, and we are going to score this at 4 inches on each side. Now you could pull out your Simply Scored as well, but we're also going to be doing some trimming. So I wanted to just grab my trimmer, do both things with my trimmer so I didn't have to get out a couple different things. Okay, so we have both of those sides scored at 4. So I scored it, and then I flipped it over and scored it again. So now we have 3 sections that are 4 inches each, and they'll fold up just like that. Okay, whichever way you want, they're the same. Okay, now we're gonna mark this a little bit. So let me move this out of the way. Now this is a dark pattern, so I'm actually gonna use my white gel pen for this. But I would use a pencil, but I want to use the white gel pen so that to make sure that you guys can see it. But otherwise, I would definitely use a pencil so that you can erase it. So on the left side, this is the side that's going to be our front cover. On the left side, I'm going to mark it at, I just have a ruler here, and I'm going to mark it, that's not right. How do I have this marked? I'm looking at my notes, and that doesn't look right. So how do I, okay, so I just have them reversed. Okay, so on the left side, I'll make sure it's typed up correctly in my blog post. On the left side, we're going to mark it at 2 5/8. So 2 5/8, so right here, if my white pen would work. Okay, so I'm gonna just put a little mark at 2 5/8 on this side, and then on this side, I want to put a mark at 4 inches, but let's put a mark at 4 up here, because I think I had my ruler upside down when I was writing down these measurements. So yeah, 2 inches from the top. I'll make sure I note that, and then 2 5/8 inches from the top on the left side. So left side 2 5/8 inches, and on the right side 2 inches. Hope that makes sense. I'll make sure to clarify that in my video or my blog post. Man, this is what happens when you write illegible notes on Post-its. So, all right, so now we have our places marked, and I'm going to bring back in my paper trimmer. Hello. And what I'm going to do is from this score line, so this is the first one that we marked at 2 5/8. From this score line right here, I'm going to cut diagonally down to that mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up that mark in my track, and then I'm also going to make sure that the end of that score line is lined up in the track. I hope this is in the camera. And so just going to line that all up. Now I'm going to try to cut off my mark completely just because it's in a white gel pen. But if you used a pencil, you could just erase it. So we're going to have that angle. Now this is going to be our front again. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to line up that white mark. I'm going to try to pivot my cardstock a little bit to that score line. And just trim that off. Okay. Now really you could cut these at any angle. If my measurements really didn't make any sense, you could really cut it at any angle. I just wanted the right side to have a higher side over here so that when you folded it over, it would all overlap. I hope that makes sense. I hope that. Anyway, I'm not making any sense right now. Saturday morning. Okay, so this is all going to fold together just like that. Now, if you're finding that it's not folding completely, maybe your score line was just a hair off, just go ahead and just trim off just a little hair on that side that folds on the inside, and then it'll all sit nice and flat, okay? All right, I hope you're all still with me. Hope you haven't given up. All right. We're going to adhere some pieces together before we do our stamping, just to get some pieces out of the way. So I already told you about the card base. This is Flirty Flamingo 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have a piece of white, which is 3 3/4 by 5, and this is going to go on the inside. So we're just going to stick all of these things together. So on the back of my folded DSP piece, I'm just going to stick that down to my base, just like that. So that is now our full card base here. But you obviously can't write a message on this, so I'm going to line it with some white paper, and that goes on the inside. Okay, just using Stampin' Seal to adhere everything. This just goes right on the inside. So now you have an area to write your message. Okay, all right, now let's get to stamping. We're going to do all of our stamping. Now I have changed up the colors a little bit because obviously I stamped this in Granny Apple Green, which again wouldn't go with this. So we're going to switch that to Flirty Flamingo. So let's do some stamping. Now, I will also mention that I pulled out 3 different stamp sets for this card, which is a lot. So you can obviously customize this to stamping however you want. But I have some Flirty Flamingo here, and I'm going to stamp this. I can't thank you enough. And that is from the So Sentimental stamp set, this one, which I love. And it coordinates with the Stitch So Sweetly dies. You can get this as a bundle in the annual catalog right now and save 10%. So if you love this, get this as a bundle. I seriously highly recommend these dies. They're fantastic. So it's a great stamp set. So we're going to stamp this in Flirty Flamingo onto just a scrap piece of white cardstock. Stamp that down. Gorgeous. Pretty. I love that thank you font. Just love it. So we're going to set this aside. We're going to die cut that in just a minute. Now, while our Flirty Flamingo ink is out, I do want to stamp the inside here. This is not only for what you do, but for being someone so special. Now, for that sentiment, I got that from my Good Morning Magnolia set. So this is another great one. This also has coordinating dies, so check that out. But we are only using the sentiment for now, and I have already pre-cut a stitched rectangle from the Stitch Rectangle dies for that, and I used this kind of largest one over here for that one. Okay, so we're gonna hope I get this straight, because we'll see. Well, one chance, I guess. All right, so kind of right in the middle with that greeting, and it's a little crooked, but that's okay. We'll make our butterfly kind of even it all out. It's fine. So that was also in Flirty Flamingo. Okay. So set those two aside, and we have one more bit of stamping before we do our die cutting. So let me put my inks aside, my stamp sets aside, and I'm going to pull out my Stamparatus, which I already have mounted, and in here I have where's that stamp set? Here we go. The right triangle stamp set. We're going to use this big striped triangle right here. I really love those stripes, and I just wanted a little bit of detail on this bumblebee piece, and so I wanted those stripes. So I'm going to pull in those stripes right here. So I have my bumblebee cardstock, my magnet holding it down, and then I have my stamp already mounted over here. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus. Now the only reason I'm using my Stamparatus for this one is because this stamp is so big, and I would either have to get out my really, really giant block or just pull out my Stamparatus. And I'm a lazy stamper. My Stamparatus is within reach, and my big block I would have to get up to get. So Stamparatus for the win. So we're just going to stamp this down. This adds such, good thing we used our Stamparatus, huh? Might have to re-ink that. So let's re-ink this side. Good thing we used the Stamparatus. So if your image doesn't stamp completely the first time, you can just go back, re-ink it, so you get that perfect image. Beautiful. So I love these stripes. So I'm going to close that. We'll put that aside, and we're ready to die cut. So to die cut my stripes here, I'm going to use the stitch nested label dies. I told you guys I'm using a whole mess of stuff today. I'm loving these dies lately. They're some of my favorites. And then to cut out our greeting, we're going to use that coordinating label from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Okay, so let's grab our baby cut and emboss. Here we go. And my cutting plates ready to go. And I think we're only going to be able to do this one at a time. And actually, I have to trim this. So I'm just going to figure out kind of where I want that. And I'm just going to trim this off a little bit because this isn't going to fit in my cut and emboss. Okay, there we go. So this is going to go down. Now I want those stripes kind of to go just past the center of those points. So I'm just kind of lining up those points, and I want the stripe to go kind of just past the center. And I'm going to lay that down, and we're going to run this through. Oh, I need to square it up. Okay, hang on. Hold please. My die is shifting. All right, here we go. Now we will run it through. The little cut and emboss machine is, you guys know, one of my favorite items, and you guys can get it now. And when you purchase the cut and emboss machine, you can pick this Flower and Fields DSP for free. So there is our stitch label. This one didn't cut as well as the other one. We might have to, maybe we'll restamp it. We'll restamp it on the back. My die must have moved again in transit. I should really grab some post-it notes to hold this down. Okay, I'm gonna trim this a little bit too, just to fit in there. Okay, put that die aside. And I am gonna pull out some post-it tape just to hold this in place so it doesn't shift while we move it, so we don't have to restamp this too. Okay, ready? Here we go. Beautiful. All right. Fantastic. Look at that. So cute. All right. Put this aside. Fold the sides up. We'll put this off to the side, and I'm just we're gonna restamp this just really quick. We're calling this Stamparatus again because, let's see, this might be harder than I think. I'll line that up right. How did I fit this all on here before, guys? When I made my sample one, it worked perfectly. Okay, I think I'm just gonna line it up with that edge right there, and that will hit it all. Okay, so get my Bumblebee ink. Thank goodness for the Stamparatus. Okay. Now, one of the perks that I wanted to talk to you guys about joining my team, about being a demonstrator, is that demonstrators get access to all kinds of new products before everyone else. So, perfect, there we go. I'm gonna call that good. So, as is the case with the mini cut and emboss machine, demonstrators are allowed to pre-order that early. Demonstrators getting a sneak peek at another brand new product coming this Tuesday. I'm really excited about it. We can also pre-order it starting this Tuesday. So, just the endless demonstrator perks from Stampin' Up! Just never end. Okay, we're taking our label that we just re-stamped, and I am going to cut off the top of it. All that work, I'm going to chop off the top. Okay, so what we have is like this little kind of pennant looking thing, which I love. Okay, we're going to punch a hole. I have the detailed trio punch, and I don't know if there's a line that goes right down the center on this little oval, the one that we're making the little ribbon pull, and there's a line right down the center, which is the exact center of the punch. So I'm just going to try to line that up in the center as best I can and give that a little punch, and that will give us a little hole for our ribbon. Okay, we are almost done, I promise, guys. I know this has been somewhat of a painful video. So I'm going to take some Flowers for Every Season. This is the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. This is the Just Jade Gingham, which I thought was going to be beautiful with this. Now for this sample card, remember I told you we're changing up a few of the colors. For this one, I used the white seam binding and I colored it with my cherry cobbler blends so that it coordinated with the cherry cobbler in the cards in the DSP. So you can color your blends, you can just choose a ribbon that coordinates. So we're just using the gingham ribbon here. And I'm just going to tie a bow, hopefully. Oh, ribbon scissors. You guys, I think that the wheels have come off of this Facebook Live. This is getting a little crazy. All right, I'm going to just try to tie a bow. Wish me luck, guys. I don't know. This has been... Thanks for sticking with me, those of you that are still with me this far. This is what real stamping looks like, I guess. Mistakes happen and you just roll with them and you fix them. That's what we do. Okay. It is certainly not perfect, but we're going to go with it. I'm not going to fuss with it too much. It is what it is. It's not horrible. Okay. Okay, guys, we're almost there, I promise. Okay, we just have a few more little things to do. I'm going to punch some butterflies. I have the butterfly duet punch here. This is in the annual catalog. And out of this this piece of the DSP, the Flower and Fields DSP, I'm going to cut 2 of the larger butterfly. This is like the Just Jade pattern. One's going to go on the inside, one's going to go on the outside. And then I have that bumblebee pattern, and I'm going to punch 2 of the smaller ones. Okay. All right. There we go. And I'm going to push all my trash off to the side, so it looks like I have my life together. Okay. Now we're going to adhere these butterflies together. We're going to put the small one on the larger one. So I'm just going to put a little dot of Tombow glue. You can use glue dots or any adhesive you want. We're just going to adhere these together. That's beautiful. Beautiful. So we're using a lot of patterns in this DSP for this one card, so it's a great way to showcase that DSP. Okay, let's bring back our card and try to put our card together. All right, we're going to put this on here, of course with dimensionals, because what else would we use? I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my piece here, and actually let me make sure I'm not going too high. You don't want to go too high on the back of this because a little bit of it will hang over the edge. Okay, so just kind of straighten that out. Make sure that's on there. Make sure we don't have anything showing on the back. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to use some dimensionals. We're going to pop this up. I'm loving these colors. So pretty. This DSP is really, really versatile. It's really beautiful. You can really use it for a number of occasions. This is going to go right onto that stitch nested label die that we stamped twice. It's going to go in there. And then we're going to stick 1 butterfly right up here. I'm going to grab just a little mini dimensional, stick that right there. And we're just going to stick 1 butterfly right on top of there. So pretty, guys. What do you think? So we have to do the inside too, though, because when you open this up, you want something on this part too. So that's where this stamped piece comes in. We stamped this at the beginning using that Good Morning Magnolia set. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. This should fit just perfectly in here. You just want to make sure that you put it low enough that it's not going to show. And then we're going to add the butterfly as well. And I'm just going to lay this one flat. A little glue on the back of that. And this will just nestle right in just like that. So pretty, right? And then in the inside, you have plenty of room for your message. Okay, final finishing touches, guys. Okay, we're almost there. I have the Playing with Patterns resin dots. I love these. Now for this card, I colored the purple posy ones with my cherry cobbler Stampin' blends, and that gave me some cherry cobbler resin dots. For this card, we're going to use the dark Just Jade, and I'm going to, oops, wrong end. I want to use my brush tip end, and I want to color them. Now I've already colored 4 of them. I'm going to color 1 more. The Stampin' blends will dry pretty quickly on these little resin dots, so they work. I love using my Stampin' blends to kind of customize the the accessories that we have. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. We're going to pull these up. The Just Jade ones coordinate better with this card, so that's what we're doing. Just a couple on here. Let's see. More up here. This one over here, and one more. This is the one we just colored. Should be just about dry by now. That's gonna go up here. So pretty, right? Love that. I love that we can customize those accessories. Now I don't want to leave my butterflies hanging, so I'm gonna add those. I'm gonna add right in the middle of those butterflies. I'm gonna add these crushed curry ones. These are crushed curry, but crushed curry coordinates so well with the bumblebee that only you and I know that that's not a perfect match. Okay, and right in the middle of that one too. You don't want to forget that butterfly on the inside. So we have 2 crushed curry ones there, and then we've customized these. That we've colored the Coastal Cabana ones to Just Jade, and that is the card all finished. As painful as that was, I hope you guys like it though, and I hope this gives you a good idea of how to use your paper when you really can't decide which side to use, which pattern to use. They're both so beautiful, and remember, you can get this entire DSP pack for free with your order of over $50 more. Shop my online store, use this host code. Remember, starting Monday though, there will be a different host code. Check my blog or social media to get that different host code. All right, guys, and if you do want to join my team, get that 5 stacks of paper for free, make sure you head to the link in the video description and join my team. I would love to welcome you. All right, if you're watching this on Facebook, I'd love it if you shared it with your friends. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week right here for another Celebration Saturday. That will be February 6th, I believe. And we are actually showcasing 2 products next week. I'm doing the Corner Bouquet stamp set and the Oh So Ombre DSP. So I have a really fun card or project. I actually haven't designed it yet, but I'm sure it'll be beautiful and fun coming next week. So make sure you join me then. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me, and have a fantastic Saturday. Bye.